Oh, you caught me again. Good morning, everybody. I won't tell you what time it is, but I just got up less than an hour ago. So, my first cup of coffee, and my hair is a wreck. But, you know, that's the way it goes in the wintertime. It's just static everywhere. The dogs are outside. My son is still in bed, so I'm trying to be as quiet as possible. Although we have plans today. So, thank you for joining me today. My name is Donna, and this is Fancy Fiber Forum, where we talk about fancy fiber and crochet. And today is no exception. I will start with what I'm wearing. I want to thank everybody for commenting on yesterday's video in regards to this wannabe cardigan. I don't know if it wants to be a cardigan or not, but right now it's not a cardigan. Right now it's like a little capelet / shoulder warmer. Yeah, I had some questions about the pattern, so I shared that in yesterday's video, and a lot of you guys responded, and I just hadn't thought it through. So now it makes sense that, yeah, you do need that chain 10 all by itself. Now it makes sense. Before, I was thinking about the previous cardigans that I've worked on. Those did not require a chain between the front and the back of the arm. It just joined from one section to the other with no chain. It was just a slip stitch under the arm, no chain. So that made sense with the chain 10, that counts as a row. So this is all the yarn I have left for this, what I've done so far. So, you know, it's clearly not enough to go very much further. I don't even know that I could get another row out of it. So I'm gonna ponder it for a while, till after Christmas, I think, and decide, do I want to just leave it as a shoulder warmer, and I could get some buttons, and I could button it, or I could stitch the sides together and just make like a giant cowl. I could add to the neck, or I could wait and go back to Knitcraft and see what colors they have left that would coordinate with this for the sleeves and the body. And obviously this comes far enough down on the shoulder, off the shoulder, that, you know, this is going to be kind of considered part of the sleeve. So I'm going to have to be strategic when it comes to choosing the color if I want to continue this as a cardigan. I just haven't decided yet. It's nice as is. It would be a nice shoulder warmer as is. But this was a good start for me if I want to do this same pattern in another yarn. I know what to expect. That's the beauty of starting a new pattern. The first one is always a learning experience. So anyway, today we are here to find out what is in day 23 of the Aberdeenswool Tangled Poets Advent for 2024. And I can, once again, I can kind of see through this little muslin bag, and I have an idea what it is. I made a decision on my Fezziwig. Instead of following the pattern and doing 2 rows every day, that would not let me finish that first section of color until the 28th, so after Christmas. So I'm gonna do 2 days every day, so that by Christmas it'll be done and I can share it with you, the first color repeat of the Mrs. Fezziwig. So yesterday I added 2 more days, so 2 more colors, 4 rows total. Today I'll do another 4 rows. Tomorrow I'll do the final 2 colors, including the number 25. And then on Christmas I will show you what I've accomplished so far, and thereby revealing number 25, which is the full 100-gram skein or hank of Tangled Poets, which is gorgeous. It's so pretty. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to talk about other than this and the yarn and the work I did on the Mrs. Fezziwig. My friend Joyce, you know, she and I were doing the same pattern, but she was doing hers quite a bit differently. She was doing more than 2 rows per color. So all of her Advents she's only doing in 1 color repeat. And she sent me a video of it this morning. It's beautiful. It really is beautiful. I told her yesterday, after after seeing all these yarns, I probably wouldn't have chose this pattern for these colors. I mean, it's fine. It's still pretty. I think because the nature of the colors being tonal, I think they would have looked better in a different pattern. The one that comes to mind is is the granny stripe shawl from Objet Crochet. She is an Israeli designer, and I'll share a picture. I'll share a picture of the granny stripe shawl here, and I'll link her channel below. She crochets and she knits, and Joyce, you might like her. You ought to check her out if you haven't already. She's a very interesting lady. She does a lot of things. She teaches crochet. She has a group that comes to her home once a week, I think, and she teaches them. She does sourdough. She makes her own hand lotion with beef tallow. She does kefir. She seems a bit holistic to me, which I like. I really like that. And she's got a really interesting accent. I really enjoy watching her. Her videos are very, very, very relaxing. She made a trip just recently to the United States, and she shot a lot of videos of New York and that part of the country. with her family. Got something in my eye. But I enjoy watching her, not only because of all that, but because I have a nephew that lives in Israel with his family. He's a citizen now over there. He was born here, but he's a citizen now of Israel. He did everything he needed to do to gain citizenship. So he's got a wife and he's raising his 3 children in a very troubled country. So pray for those people over there, if you would. You don't have to believe one way or the other. They're just, they're going through some biblical events. So anyway, this woman, her name is Moran. I've mentioned her before because I showed the granny stripe shawl. I'll put my version of the granny stripe shawl here. And it's just a really neat shawl to do with minis. And, you can just do it however you want to do it. But it's a really nice, it hangs nicely on the shoulders. It's not a crescent. And it's not a triangle. It's hard to describe the shape. It's like a triangle and a crescent because it goes like this, but it's flat across the top and then it angles down and then you have the bottom. So it's a really nice shape. Yeah, so it's a paid pattern on Ravelry. It's called the Granny Stripe Shawl. Today, and I might shoot a video of our adventure today. There is a bakery here in Kansas City. They've been around for many, many years. My mom used to go there and buy their pastries and their cookies all the time as I was growing up. Back in the 60s. I don't know how long they've been around, probably since the 50s. But they have these, of course, everything they have is delicious. But they have these cookies, they're called chocolate drop cookies. And they're not just your basic cookie with a Hershey Kiss in the middle of it. It's not like that at all. It's a shortbread cookie with pecans in it. And then it has a dollop of fudge buttercream in the center on the top. The recipe has changed over the years. It's not really what it was when I was growing up. They've changed owners a few times, I think, since then. And there for a while, the cookies didn't taste good at all. The cookie was really hard and the buttercream was waxy. It wasn't very good. And now they've gone back to what has been the closest to the original recipe that I've had. The cookie is softer. Back in the day, I think they may have formed those cookies by hand. And they actually had a divot in the top of the cookie where the buttercream would go. Now, it's just a solid cookie, kind of like a pecan sandy, but not that big. It's like a pecan sandy, so it's flat on the top, and then they just put the buttercream on top. But it's a softer cookie now, and the buttercream is much better than it was with the last owners. So I placed an order online for a dozen, and then they had several boxes of various cookies. So I got the smallest box. So I'll be coming home with 2 boxes of cookies. I can't promise that those boxes will be full by the time they come home. They also have a coffee bar in there. So I'm thinking that when I go to pick up the cookies, Sam and I are going. He's going to drive. We'll take the dogs. But what better treat to have on the way home than coffee and a chocolate drop cookie? Yum, yum, yum. So I will either hold off on uploading this until later today and adding that video on the end of this one, or I'll do a separate video with that. And I'm not really good about shooting video inside stores and things like that, but I'll do the best I can. So yeah, we're doing that today. If Sam's not up in an hour, I guess I'll go by myself. And it's a little bit of a drive. It's probably about 20 to 30 minutes away. And it's in the heart of South, well, not in the heart, but it's in a ways off the highway in South Kansas City. Or no, I don't want to say Midtown. Midtown is around the plaza area. So it's southern part of Kansas City. If you're in or around Kansas City, you should check out McLean's Bakery. They have several locations now. They used to only have one. And the one used to be in the Waldo area. And that's the one I'm going to. But now they've got them on the Kansas side. I can't remember where all of them are, but I think there's 3 or 4 McLean's now. And that and Andre's Swiss Confiserie. I hope I said that right. That's a pastry shop, a pastry. They have Swiss pastry. Oh my God. That place has also been around since before I was a kid. And my mom that was her favorite place to go and get pastries. They have this, they have this treat. I haven't had it in years, but it's called a meringue ball. It's my favorite thing there. If you like malted milk balls, you would love these meringue balls. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you what they are. Last time I went, they were roughly about that big around. And what they are so they make a ball of meringue, or maybe they make 2 halves of a sphere of meringue, and through the center there's a layer about that thick of some sort of chocolate, and then the whole thing is covered in chocolate. Oh my gosh. The center chocolate is very soft, so it's kind of like a mousse. Not really, but maybe kind of like a mousse, but a little thicker than a mousse. So the center layer through there, and then surrounded with chocolate. It's so good. Oh my gosh. It's delicious. It would blow your mind. Now I think I want one, but I'm not gonna drive there. They may be closed today. I don't know. But that's my favorite thing at Andre's. And again, if you're in or around Kansas City, those are the 2 best places in town if you want special treats for the holidays or anytime. The other thing at McLean's that my mom used to get are called butter rolls. And basically all they are is a butter Danish. So it's nothing fancy. It doesn't have fruit topping or anything like that. It's just a Danish with a drizzle, of something on top. Like a little icing, vanilla icing on top. It's so good. My mom used to get those all the time. And I couldn't wait to pop one of those in the microwave and put butter on it and eat it like that. Oh my gosh. I haven't had one in, oh my gosh, I probably haven't had one in 40 years. But my mom used to get them all the time. That and the chocolate cup cookies. All the time. So, that's a little history of Kansas City. I highly recommend that. And, it's worth the trip for both of those, I promise you. Well worth the trip. So, let's go ahead and get to what we're here for today. And that is day 23 of the Aberdeenswool Holiday Tangle Poets Advent. So this one, and then tomorrow, is all we have for the minis until we reveal the final 25. So, sorry, I was reading text coming in from Joyce. So let's see what we have today. I have a feeling I know what it is, but we'll see. I thought that yesterday too, and it wasn't what I thought it was. So 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That's orange and yellow. A real golden yellow at that. Wow, that is really, really pretty. It reminds me of butterscotch. Looks like butterscotch. That's pretty. Okay, here's 22. Here's 22. Yeah, that's pretty. So I imagine the last one will probably be a yellow. And then we'll go into the 25 and then start over with the purple. That's pretty. That's going to be really nice. I like that. A little close up. It's a little darker in person. That's really pretty. So I'm anxious to get through so I can show you the progress up to up to and including all the colors. So fun, fun, fun. Cheers. Oh. And I shared a picture of the Mrs. Fezziwig with my friend Jeanette, and she said she had seen that before. Asked me if it was easy. I said, yeah, it's easy. It is easy. And she said, does it have to be done with fingering weight yarn? I said, you could probably do it in a worsted weight. Why not? I don't see why not. But I'm already thinking about other yarns I could do that with. You could do 2 colors and alternate, do, I'm talking about the Mrs. Fezziwig. You could do 5 rows of one color, 5 rows of the second color, and just go back and forth till it's as long as you want it. So I've got a lot of coordinating fingering weight yarn. Oh boy, he's eating dirt. Oh, by the way, they had a ball at the dog park yesterday. Sam didn't get back home till just before dark. It was probably about 5 o'clock. And he shot a little bit of video of the dogs playing, and Bean did beautifully. He did absolutely fine. And they were beat when they got home. They were really tired. Even though it had been, a couple of hours since they left the park. Yeah, but they did really well. So I told Sam to look for a dog park in the area. I think he may have found one. And since he's going to be off until January 2nd, he needs to take them every now and then to go play and expend some energy. Would be a good idea. So, yeah, that was a great trip yesterday. They had a good time. Anything else I was going to talk about? I can't think of anything. Oh, there's an update on my patriotic fade yarn that was MIA. There was actually movement this morning. So I'm hoping, today is Monday, December 23rd. I'm hoping it comes tomorrow. Otherwise, there's potential for it to get hung up again with the holiday. We'll see, but it would be nice. It left Kansas City, Kansas last night. So in a perfect world, it should make it to the post office where I live and deliver tomorrow. It should make it to this post office today. If it left Kansas City, Kansas last night, it should make it to my city today and deliver tomorrow. In a perfect world. But, it is Christmas time and there's a lot of stuff going out. A lot of things being processed through the post office. So I will give them the grace knowing that it's actually moving. And I'm excited to get it because Joyce and I already have a pattern picked out for that called the Sonder. Oh, something else I didn't mention. I got approved to be a pattern tester. So that's exciting. And some of you may know the designer. I know Judy, if Judy's watching from Judy's Creations and Crochet, she knows the designer, and it is Karen Hooley. I don't know if she's still requesting pattern testers, but I got the email because I get emails from her, and she was looking for pattern testers. So I thought, I'm going to try. I don't know if I'll be successful at it. I've never done it. I've only been crocheting for, not even 3 years. And there are still stitches that I struggle with. Waistcoat stitch. but I think it'll help me to better understand crochet and design. Not that I want to design, but I think it'll better help me understand the craft. That's really mainly why I want to do it. I really want to understand the technical side of crocheting. She's going to reveal the pattern to us in January, and it's going to be a shawl. So hopefully the difficulty level, I don't know how it all works. Does everybody have the opportunity to test it, or is it up to each individual whether they want to test it or not? Because like I said, there's still some things that I struggle with. I want someday to make the Dottie cowl, but it looks daunting. It looks really challenging. You know, and that's with an existing pattern. This is testing patterns that the designer has written, and it must be tested by the crafter to make sure that it's easily understood and works up properly. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it's not a fail. I'm hoping that I do well. It's just one more thing, you know, to add to my crochet resume. Like I need a crochet resume. So yeah, I wanted to share that too. So with that, I'm going to close for today. And you guys, I will be back here with day 24 tomorrow. And then the very last vlog for the Advent on Wednesday. And the reveal of what I have so far on my Mrs. Fezziwig wrap. I don't have any shout outs today. Well, I'll go ahead and shout out one. Mo's Crochet. Her name is Maureen, and she loves yarn, like me. She loves yarn. She's a fan of natural fibers, like me. And she's a sweet, God-loving woman. So check her out, Mo's Crochet. I'll link her below. And yeah, she just had a yarn haul recently. She got some great yarn. So that was fun to watch, Maureen. Thank you for putting that up. All right, I'm gonna let my dogs in so they can eat and drink. I hope Bean's okay because he's been eating grass. But come back tomorrow. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for commenting. If you've recently subscribed, thank you for subscribing and becoming part of my Fancy Fiber family. And we'll be seeing you around the Fancy Fiber Trail. So till tomorrow, God bless each and every one of you. God loves you, Jesus loves you, and I love you. Take care and have a great rest of your day. God bless. Bye.
No, right. Yes,
I guess they were established in 1945.
Oh, they also serve like food?
Yes, I said that they serve food.
Oh.
Food. Yeah, if we didn't have the dogs, we could have food. Mix.
You can make your own cookies.
Yep. about getting that. Very busy place. This is definitely an icon of Kansas City. This is approaching downtown Kansas City, heading north. We were heading to the old Kansas City Star building. And this is the walkway going to the Westin Crown Center Hotel. There's the hotel. And there is Union Station. There are a lot of attractions inside Union Station, and it's a beautiful building. I haven't been in there in several years. And it's an operational train station. They still have Amtrak going in and out of there. There is the
Decked
light
out with
rail.
holiday stuff. CPKC.
Famous Western Auto building. And this is downtown Kansas City.